Before threads were bought, they were born. Before clothes were stitched, they were crafted by hand. In the hills of Nagaland, clothing was more than protection, it was identity, status, and soul. Long before modern fabric reached the region, the Nagas dressed themselves with what the land provided. Every garment was a creation of skill, patience, and deep connection to nature. In the earliest times, fibers were not bought, they were extracted. The Nagas used tough, flexible strands from needle plants, nettles, banana stalks, and tree bark. These wild materials, once softened and spun, became the earliest threads of Naga clothing. From nettles growing in the foothills, they stripped out silky fibers, painstakingly separated by hand. Banana plants, more than just a food source, provided their stalks, crushed and dried for weaving. As cotton cultivation spread into the region, the art of spinning and weaving took a new turn. Cotton was grown in warmer areas, picked and cleaned with care, then spun into fine thread. Women wove this cotton into cloth using loin looms, which were tied around their backs, a brilliant, mobile device that allowed them to weave wherever they sat. These women weren't just weavers. They were artists. Each tribe developed their own patterns. Geometric shapes, stripes, and symbols were woven into the fabric, often telling stories of courage, tribe, or social standing. But color was just as meaningful as pattern. From indigo plants, they extracted deep blues. From tree bark, earthy reds and browns. From roots and leaves, yellows and blacks. Every dye was natural. Every color had purpose. For men, traditional dress meant powerful simplicity. A hand-woven shawl or wrapper, wrapped around the waist. Often bare-chested, their bodies bore tattoos or ash, showing achievements or readiness for battle. Women wore carefully woven skirt wraps, called mekhalas in some tribes, paired with upper cloths. The quality of the weave, the sharpness of the pattern, the depth of the color, these were signs of beauty, pride, and lineage. Beyond the fabric itself, the Nagas adorned their bodies with symbols of nature and valor. Hornbill feathers, worn by warriors. Boar tusks, shells, and beads, worn by the respected. Brass ornaments and bamboo headgear, marking status, tribe, and gender. A shawl wasn't just a covering, it was a declaration. A bead wasn't just decoration, it was a record. And a color wasn't just for show, it was for meaning. In early Naga society, to wear was to speak. And the language was one of courage, identity, and tradition. Though times have changed, these practices remain rooted in memory. Today's Naga textiles, worn with pride, still carry whispers of those ancient hands, those wild fibers, and those looms in the hills. Because to the Naga people, clothing was never just about cloth. It was, and still is, about culture.